What's up, guys? This is Rambo. Today, coming to you with a commentary over a Slums Hardpoint gameplay. As you can see by my gamer tag, I am now a part of Team Envious. This is my first commentary with the team. Just in general, just to go over that quickly, I was offered a spot on a team a few days ago, and obviously, if you had a chance to partner with Stainville, Proofy, and JCap, two players that I've teamed with before, and Stainville, a player that obviously doesn't need much of an introduction in this community. It's super hard to refuse, and I felt like that was the best decision for my career to join forces with those players. Obviously, best of luck to my old teammates on RNX, Intake, and Clayster. Parasite, which departed the team a few days before this roster move. But just in general, I'm really glad about my new team. This is a scrim. This is actually our second day scrimming together. So you'll see some plays that possibly were the best as a team, but just in general, we've been really strong. We scrimmed a few amateur teams in the first night. We scrimmed Clockwork today, which is one of the scrims you're watching right now. So I'm really happy with this move. I think it's really probably the best thing that could have happened for me right now. As far as team-wise, obviously players, obviously JCap, a renowned player in Black Ops 1, probably known as one of the most, I think he was voted the most success, or the best player in the game for Black Ops 1. And then also Proofy, who's pretty renowned for his shot and just never misses, being a robot. So it's super, and also Stainville, who's, if anyone's been comparing me for my smarts in general, it's probably Stainville and anyone in this community. So joining a team like this in general, it's something really incredible to me, and I'm really excited to see what we can do in tournaments this year. After our first two scrims, it pretty much seems natural. Like we don't really need much. I mean, obviously there's always things we're going to be working on to better ourselves, but just in general, at the start, seems like we're seeming pretty good right now. So I'm really excited for that. I'm not entirely sure what's the first tournament we'll be competing in together, but hopefully that we'll find out soon and such. So a few things I want to talk about as well. I am back under the Eon organization, so I'm obviously representing my Astro Gaming again, which is something I really wanted. It's a huge part, and a huge part of the Eon franchise, obviously Astro Gaming. Definitely my favorite headset I've ever used. I've been using my Astros for since 2009 now, so I still have my pair that's still working actually from 2009, but it's really awesome to be back under the Eon place with Mike and Hex running that. So Astro being Mike, excuse me. But yeah, so to come back on topic a bit, I just want to talk about the other things that might happen, that will probably happen, that will most likely happen. It will happen pretty much. So I will be trying to move into the Envy House as soon as possible. The Envy House being located in North Carolina is something that I've been wanting to do since pretty much the start of my career, to actually live with my team. It's pretty much been a goal of mine, something I've never been able to achieve, and obviously one of the points that made me really maybe subject to join this team pretty much without thinking twice. It's just the fact that the players on this team and the perks of being on a team and such, everything in general. It was just an offer I couldn't refuse, once again, like I said. So I'm super excited about that, the possibility of doing that. I'm not entirely sure when it's going to happen. Something that I'll be working on as soon as possible, getting my visa and all the paperwork in general to do so. Obviously, once I do that, I'll be able to play in all these online tournaments and pretty much everything playable, all these GB tournaments and everything in general. Pretty much I'll be streaming some tournaments pretty much every day. Which is something that I've always wanted to do, but just being able to do that by living with some of my teammates is also going to be super fun. It's like Proofy being one of the players that I've been friends with since the very beginning. Always a player that we've had some of our differences in the past when we've teamed, but just in general, he's just really a really awesome person. He has an awesome personality. One person I'll keep friends no matter what happens in this community. Even when I stop playing video games, probably still keep in touch with Jordan, and obviously having two Jordans, Kaplan as well, a player that I mean shit. Kaplan is probably one of the strongest players, most overall strong players that has been playing Call of Duty for a few years now. So and Stanville, one of the longest lasting veterans of this community as well. A player that's been very, very successful online and offline at the game. So I'm really excited about this roster, guys. It's going to be super fun. There's really not much else to say about that. So to talk about as well, I really want to thank all my following for stopping by my stream these days. I think this community in general is growing. It's not only for me, but it's really crazy to see the amount of people that are getting into Call of Duty right now, competitive Call of Duty rather, to be more precise. But I mean, I've had like 2,000 plus viewers on my stream on a regular basis now. Same thing with pretty much a lot of players. Like Big Timer's getting a shit ton of views. Nadeshot's getting a shit ton of viewers. And just in general, like there's so many. Even for UMG, we had 20,000 viewers for the finals, UMG finals. I'm really like I don't understand. I don't know if you guys understand how big that is for a game for a FPS in general. Like that was our first tournament this year. And that was their first LAN, and I mean, it was nuts. For those who watched that, I was casting most of the games that when I wasn't playing, obviously. So that was a lot of fun to me. Excuse me. But yeah, that was so much fun to me casting, and I'll be doing that as much as I can when I'm at tournaments in general when I'm not playing. I had loads of fun at UMG. Big shout out to them. Big shout out to Jeff for running that. I really hope we get more of those this year. Just in general, they're an awesome experience for anyone that wants to go to their first LAN. If you're in anywhere close distance, or even if you want to travel, they're worth traveling for now. There's literally 60 teams showed up at that event, so I'm sure prizes will increase as we go for any kind of tournaments this year, as attendance seems to be starting to show up. I mean, 60 teams seems to be it's something that for a local LAN is unparalleled. So I'm really super happy about that. Big thanks to everyone that showed up. You guys all deserve a handshake and a hug from me. But I mean, I'm really happy with how that tournament went. Even though my team got 5th, 6th, and I did end up changing teams after the tournament. I'm not really speaking about happy about the playing wise. Just in general, the way that tournament was ran. There was some mishaps. Some people were like angry at some things, but it was a great tournament and a great way to start the year, and hopefully a year that should be very memorable for all of us, and a super big year for all of us. So as this video is reaching an end, as you can see, this was a scrim, our team versus we scrim Clockwork for like 20 maps today. A great bunch of guys. There's so many good teams. I think that's the most interesting part about this game so far, is the amount of teams that we have that are actually that can actually compete with each other is crazy. Like I mean, we saw Soar beat Complexity earlier. We almost saw this team we were playing right now, Clockwork, ended up bringing Farico to a last map, and actually kind of choked on the first map. They had somewhat of a lead and ended up losing it at the very end. But it was crazy to see how those games went and the amount of teams that were actually able to compete with each other this tournament. And I think it's the most exciting thing for Call of Duty. That's something we haven't had for a few years. We've always had maybe like 2 or 3 teams that were able to win a tournament, and then the rest of the teams would be battling for the rest. But if we can actually have all these teams being able to compete with each other at any day, it's going to be super fun. So there you go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys keep following these, and I'll try to be finishing all my series up, the cutoff series and everything. So yeah, hope you guys have a good day. Peace.